Well, my name is Quincy Branch. I'm the president and CEO of Branch Insurance Groups. I am a second generation independent insurance agent. And I tell people all the time, my story is one that I never wanted to be in this business, but lo and behold, I got convinced to be in this business. And I've been licensed for almost 22 years now and loving every minute of it. And so I was able to come in with my dad, family-owned business, and help grow it, and to be able to work alongside of him, but also see the growth that I'm able to do in the organization as well has been super exciting. Honestly, I love it. I love what we do. I think it's a noble profession. And as an independent insurance agency and agent, our job is to connect folks with proper coverage and be an advocate for them. And so those are the two main things that we do. We've been blessed to grow where we have 3 locations in 3 different states. We're up to like 16 employees now. And the goal is really to grow further and more, whether it's in people, whether obviously in revenue, but in policies. We really want to be one of the major players when it comes to the independent insurance agency space. So on a daily basis, it's a little bit of everything, right? So from my position, 80% of what I do is probably more strategic, more leadership, course setting, and things of that nature in the organization. People management is probably a big portion of what I do. I'm mainly dealing with vendors, people, and partners than I am more so dealing with clients. So, but I love it though. I'm in a phase of my life right now where I'm super passionate about leadership and seeing people grow and being able to articulate vision and to see people grab a hold of it and run with it is super exciting for me right now. And I'm loving that part. And really just focused on, okay, how can we best position this company to grow? My introduction to Vlad has been one that I think is just really giving me a breath of fresh air. Just dealing with a CPA that cares, first and foremost, honestly, right? And I think that's one of the things I respect about him was that he took time to really learn and know my business and also my personal situation. It wasn't okay, man, I'm gonna fix stuff for this year and you're on your own. No, we started talking strategically. Okay, what does this mean 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years plus out? And so the tax planning and just the strategic thinking obviously has saved us money, but also has put us in a place where we're better positioned, in my humble opinion, to make more money. At a crossroads. And so it was one of those things where we were working with a previous CPA. They were going through some transitions and really I didn't know where we were going to go. And our current CFO literally was like, hey man, I got a guy. So I wound up meeting Vlad obviously on the phone, but then also I had an opportunity to be in Texas and we connected in person and just sort of built a relationship from there. But I would literally say that, yeah, probably before that connection, yeah, we were probably standing in the fork in the road trying to figure, okay, from a financial management and strategy standpoint, what are we going to do? So it was perfect timing. I think one of the biggest challenges or things that I was looking for in our next CPA firm was a firm that would work with me and work with us in 2 different buckets. One, you had the personal bucket of saying, okay, hey, me as the CEO and me having multiple businesses, okay, what does that tax planning and all of that look like strategically? And I think just Vlad and we connected in that manner. He listened and he really said, okay, man, like, what are you trying to do? And I love one of his sayings is that tax planning goes beyond just saving money on paying taxes, setting up things. So I think from that bucket personally, he got it. And then strategically from the business's standpoint, it was just a matter of, okay, hey, here's where we're growing and moving to. And he really became one of those people that I started not to just tell him what was going on, but more so confide in him, okay, hey, here's where we're at and what we're trying to do. And I think that's the part that I really like about it now. He understands our businesses. He understands where we're going. That I can say, okay, man, look, I got this going on. What do you think? Or how do you think I should look at this from this perspective? So I think that's really a good part and piece of where we're at today. But also, I think those 2 buckets were things that we were missing. We had tax planning on one end, but we just didn't have tax and strategic planning holistically. We are in a people business. So when my CFO recommended him and said, man, look, he's a good guy, that probably took away 50 or 60% of the reservation right there. But outside of that, I think once we really connected and just started having conversations, and really for me, the conversations with Vlad weren't just transactional conversations, but more importantly, asking those questions. Well, what is this going to look like 2 or 3 years from now? Or what do you want it to look like 2 or 3 years from now? So just being able to have those type of holistic conversations and then trust, right? I think that's the biggest thing. Someone in this particular position for me, I don't know about any other businesses, man, we got to have trust. So I really appreciate the fact that even though we're not in the same city or the same state, we've also connected in person. We've broken bread together. He's met my family. And so those things are important to me. Having a person that's just not all about the numbers is important. I think one of the things just strategically, right, like how our companies are set up. Obviously, we saw it in our tax return preparations, but then also going forward and strategically, I've talked to Vlad about deals that we've made, how these deals going to affect us going here and going there. So just being able to have that sort of counsel, just from a standpoint of, okay, man, here's how it's going to affect you personally. Here's how it's going to affect you corporately. Just having that extra person on your team that when him and I talk, we're always talking, we can see the forest for the trees, and we're not just in the weeds of the day to day. So I think just him knowing about our business, but also being able to ask some more questions, but then, yeah, just give me your take on it has been extremely helpful. In a few different ways, right? So they obviously with tax preparation, but he's helped with me analyzing some M&A deals that we've done, some high level financials and preparations that we're doing just from like a mid-year and end of year planning standpoint. So it's been very helpful, like on a very high level. Probably the impact from working with Cherry CPA is, and I know this is going to sound cliche-ish, but it's true, peace of mind. For a business of our caliber and where we're trying to grow, financial planning is an important piece internally for what we do. And so having somebody that, one, I know that I trust, that two, has our best interests and is not just transactional is extremely important to me. So the same way that as insurance advisors, we sell an intangible product that gives people peace of mind, right? So it's the same, it's no different than we're working with Vlad and his organization, that I want to know when we're in those planning phases, we're doing certain things and we're looking personally and professionally 2 and 3 and 4 years out. You understand the bigger picture, but you're also there and you're helping me walk through it. So it's been good. That peace of mind gives confidence. From my perspective, sitting in the CEO seat, to have a peace of mind, but also to have the confidence that I know I got a competent team behind me, that whether it's a merger and acquisition deal or whether we're looking at taking on an investor or whether we're trying to plan for some growth that we're doing outside or whatever, to know that I got a team that understands and supports behind me, that I can go out there and run, it's worth its weight in gold. We know that we've been doing the whole crawl, walk, run scenario so far. When we first got into it, it was we need taxes done. Okay, Quincy individually needs probably more tax strategy preparation than anything else. Now we're starting to move into the business side of things. Are these companies set up in the right manner? Are we doing certain things to make sure that we're recognized with the IRS? But then more importantly, hey, if you do this deal, what does that mean with this company? So I think we're in that walk slash almost running phase of he's gotten a great understanding of our companies, our operation. And so now we're starting to get a little bit more intertwined on, hey, we got this coming up. What does this mean? We got this coming up, or we want to do this. How does that affect this? Connection. We connected. I mean, it was just sort of uncanny. We were sort of similar in age, similar in demographics, and we connected about family, we connected about faith, we connected about all these other things outside of just business. So for me, that was incredibly important because before I can just give you really all of my finances, literally, I gotta have trust in you. I gotta have connection with you. And so I think Vlad did the discovery piece of our relationship before we actually got into an engagement, which I think has helped us get to the point where we're at today. To date, I think I've gotten the most value out of my time with Cherry so far. It's just definitely on the financial strategic planning, having a better understanding about what reports and returns and stuff mean, because he takes time to explain stuff to me. Not that I need to become an expert, but just the understanding of it. So I think for me, that's probably been the biggest value. Just the strategic planning on the financial side has really been a blessing. So I would recommend Vlad 10 out of 10. So I have no problem with that. Business is interesting, right? And there's not a one size fit all. And so again, just as a business owner, just as we are not fit for every client, CheryCPA is not going to be a fit for every client. But I think for clients that really want someone that is has integrity, has character, that cares, if you're looking for someone like that, then I think Cherry is a good place to start.